If you've been following the massive takeover in decentralized finance, you have definitely come across Bitcoin and Ethereum, and may have even asked yourself, do they have any real-life application aside from storing monetary value? Out of 1,000 existing cryptocurrencies, what makes them the top two, with a combined market cap of $1.2 trillion? If you're looking to cash in your 401k, buy a house in the universe, or even the metaverse, and wanted to invest in Bitcoin or Ethereum, but didn't understand exactly what makes them appealing or their potential, well then stick around because that's exactly what we'll be going over in this video. If you're new to this channel, welcome to Crypto Castle, where we simplify the most complex crypto concepts for everyday people like you and I, and also bridge the gap between the universe and the metaverse, so that when all your friends are balling out of control in both verses, you can stay ready so you don't have to get ready. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and comment below, let them know that you don't want to be left behind. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at what Ethereum is and why it has the making to be the #1 cryptocurrency and overtake Bitcoin. I can picture 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤, the world's most outspoken Bitcoin bag holder, red in the face just at the thought of that. But let's dive in and figure out the actual likelihood of Ethereum becoming the #1 coin. Now first off, let's do a recap of what Bitcoin is for our new crypto friends. Bitcoin, which was released in 2009 by a mad scientist/genius by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, is a cryptocurrency that allows people to send and receive money around the world almost instantaneously through the blockchain. It has a limited supply of 21 million bitcoins, which increases the demand of it mainly due to scarcity. The payments are secured using cryptography or ledgers, and all transactions are kept track of using ledgers on the blockchain, meaning transaction is recorded for anyone to see and verify the status of the transaction. The transactions are computed from one digital wallet to another, which keeps the holder's identity anonymous, unless they opt to publicly match their identity with their wallet address. Now you might be thinking that's all good and dandy, but where does the table turn here? Well, many Bitcoin critics would argue that it has no real-life value or application, meaning when you buy ounces of gold, for example, it has utility. You can use it for jewelry, it exists in every iPhone. Gold has other utility than just buying and selling it for a quick profit. Now, it may be argued that since Bitcoin is the OG of the crypto world, it will always be valued over all the other coins to come. Also, there's the fact that even with all this modern-day technology and social media stalking, nobody has any clue who the Satoshi Nakamoto guy/gal is. If you ask me, that alone is the reason why Bitcoin should be ranked #1. I mean, it's quite impressive. But all jokes aside, the fact that it has no worldly utility other than it being the very first, having limited supply, and being a good option to hedge against inflation, is keeping the majority of the public away from Bitcoin until there is a perhaps better alternative with the same upsides but the utility to back it up. Dun dun dun. In comes Ethereum. Now let's take a little look about its background. Ethereum was created in 2015 by this dude named Vitalik Buterin, and I just probably butchered his name. Aside from the kick-ass name, this guy created the now #2 cryptocurrency when he was only 19. If that doesn't make you question how you spent your adolescent years, then I have no idea what will. Now Ethereum is used to create and deploy decentralized apps in which the backend code is placed in a peer-to-peer network. However, this is different from a regular app, for which the backend code is placed in a centralized server. With a centralized server, the data is being processed through a single major processor, whereas for a decentralized server, the processing workload is spread out among several machines instead of relying on a single central server. This is advantageous because of the data being backed and saved by multiple servers. In case one server goes down, there is another one to support it, making it less vulnerable to hacking, power outages, and other threats that might compromise data. Ethereum is also used to pay for services, like the computational power that is required before a block can be added to the blockchain, and to pay for transaction fees. Think of the App Store on your iPhone. In order for you to utilize other apps on your phone, you must go through the App Store to search and download them. This is similar to what Ethereum does. It acts as an app store for decentralized applications on the blockchain, meaning its smart contract ability allows other apps to be stored and built on the blockchain. The Ethereum network acts as a host for smart contracts that can be used to run specialized digital applications through the platform. In order for these apps to be utilized, the native token must be used and purchased, which is Ether. Again, all that sounds pretty damn good, but what's behind the golden curtain here? Well, currently the biggest issue with Ethereum is the gas prices. No, not those gas prices, although I'm not gonna lie, those are pretty high as well. Gas prices in decentralized finance are the transaction fees required to go from one chain to another. For example, going from Ethereum to Solana, or the transaction fee from within the chain to purchase or sell an item. For example, if you wanted to buy an NFT for $500 or about 0.14 ETH at the time of this video through OpenSea, which is the NFT marketplace on the Ethereum blockchain, you would have probably paid north of $100 for that transaction alone. Insanity, I know. The gas prices will fluctuate depending on the amount of active servers on the chain, the time of day, etc. It's important to note the transaction fees in Bitcoin are entirely optional. You can pay the miner more money to have him/her pay special attention to your transaction. However, the transaction will go through eventually if you don't pay a fee. On the other hand, you must provide some amount of Ether for your transaction to be successful on Ethereum. You can also pay more depending on how fast you want your transaction to go, which can take anywhere from 5 minutes up to an hour. There are talks in underground crypto Reddit and Twitter forums around Ethereum 2.0, which is believed to fully launch at the end of 2022 or 2023. The goal of this upgrade is to process thousands of transactions per second, which is now only 15 per second. This will be achieved through shard chains, which provide extra and cheaper storage layers for applications by splitting the blockchain's network into smaller partitions. Think of breaking down molecules into bite-sized atoms. With these implementations, it will allow Ethereum to efficiently and effectively scale globally. If this happens, and plans go accordingly, this would solve one of the biggest issues around the Ethereum platform, which is transaction fees or gas prices, and allow mass adoption to come into full effect. Self-proclaimed Ethereum maximalist, Mark Cuban believes he can see an unlimited amount of applications, with Ethereum leading the way in which we transfer properties, funds, and even create metaverses in a safe and calculated fashion. This will change the business and consumer world forever. And to utilize the platform, they would need to purchase the Ether token, giving it additional value in the marketplace. In the next few years, you might even have a home where you spend your weekends in the metaverse, to get away from your family, of course. So it remains to be seen what Bitcoin will be used for besides monetary storage of value, or whether it surpasses the USD to become a globally acknowledged currency at some stage. From an everyday consumer lens, the reason why it's important to distinguish between Ethereum and Bitcoin is not only to understand the upside opportunity investors and institutions see, but to understand the long-term value in the innovation and endless possibilities that the blockchain technology will have on you and the way that you live your life in the next decade. As large institutions, creatives, and organizations are stepping into the crypto world and incentivizing the further enhancements of these platforms, there has never been a better time to put your stamp on how you participate in what will be the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen. What is the long-term impact as crypto works towards becoming mass adopted? Will you use a different form of decentralized currency in your everyday life? Will banks go completely out of business from this? All these questions and more will be talked about in further videos, so make sure you tune in. That's a wrap for why Ethereum has the making to be the #1 cryptocurrency. Do you think Ethereum will eventually take the throne from Bitcoin as the highest market cap coin? Or is Bitcoin going to assert its dominance and continue to break all-time highs? Are you team Mark Cuban or Mike Saylor on this one? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next